Hi everyone, welcome to my lazy day garden. So I wanted to show you what I did with the yard waste I got the other day. I put most of the grass, bags of grass and stuff in this one. It had a little bit of leaves in it, but it was mostly grass and greens. I put it in this pile, and surprisingly that pile was all the way up to the top of the wood there. The pallet top. So it's kind of breaking down in the last couple days. And I put all my leaves and the browns over here. And the reason I did that at the time was I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it all. Now I wish I wouldn't have done this, but I did. So what happened was I came out this morning. It had been in the low 20s last night. And I came out this morning and just for kicks, I stuck a compost thermometer in this pile. Let's see if I can get. And it is reading about 102. It's going from the active or the steady into the active zone here. And I was thinking about this all day, and you know what? I need to get the leaves over into this pile and really get this thing cooking. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to pull all this, well, maybe not all of it, about half of it out, and start mixing the leaves in and try to get a hot pile going. Now I know I don't have to do this. I know I can just wait the winter and it will do its thing. I guess you could say this is my idea of a good time. So I really want to try to get the heat up on this and really get it cooking for the fun of it. So that's what I'm going to do. Right now I'm going to start tearing this down and start carrying some of the leaves over, and we'll see what I got in the end. Also I'm going to moisten it up because I just threw this stuff down. So between all that, we really should get a hot compost pile going here. So I will be back when I accomplish this task. Okay, so I pulled most of the grass out of the bin, and I have it piled up over here. Pretty good pile of it. What was interesting when I was pulling it out, steam was coming off one area of it, apparently where I had the thermometer in, and there was right in the middle, just a bunch of leaves right in the center of it, and that steam was actually rising from it. So that's where all the heat was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet this down, and I already mixed some leaves in with some grass, and I'm just going to keep doing that all the way up. Probably even use those other 2 bags of grass and whatever's in the geobin over there, and I'll just pile her up as high as I can and wet her down as I go. So anyway, let me get this done, and then I'll come back to you here. I started off using the pitchfork to pick this stuff up, but it's so fine. It's easier just to do it by hand. Just mixing it together. Moist, not wet. That's what everybody says. Okay, so I'm done for the day. I was actually done an hour ago. But I apparently forgot to turn my microphone on, so I'm back out here again to show you what I did. This pile is pretty much 50-50 leaves and grass now. What I wanted to show you was the temp on it. house at 50 degrees. I watered this as I was putting everything back in, and hopefully this will heat back up, and tomorrow morning we'll have some rising temperatures. That is the hope. And to show you guys how cold it is, I'm gonna go over here. It's about 5 o'clock right now. I have ice in my bird bath, so it is pretty chilly out. Okay, I will be back with you after, so probably tomorrow morning. We'll see what we got. Okay, good morning everyone. I'm going to wander over here to the bird bath to see what the temperature is outside. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning here, Saturday. Solid ice. Okay. Wander on back here, the compost bin. Now last night I came out pretty late and threw a old shower curtain over it. I think it might help to keep the heat in. Here we go. Well, she's up in the, let me see if I can get that to come in. She's up in the steady at, wow, I can't tell. Let me look, 84 it looks like. Okay, so she's warming up. So it is a pretty good pile here. What I'm thinking about doing is going ahead and adding, I never got around to putting the other grass and the rest of the leaves in last night. I was pretty exhausted and the sun was going down. So what I was thinking about is maybe adding to the top of this and getting it all the way back up to the top. I spread it out quite a bit. But that's probably what I'll do. It's supposed to be warm up to, I don't know, mid 50s, high 50s today. So right now it definitely isn't. I'm going to give it about, excuse me here, I'm going to give it about 3 or 4 days, you know, to give it some time to heat up and get working. So I'm going to come back and check on it probably on Wednesday morning on my day off, and I'll come over here and we'll look at it again. Okay, I'll see you then. Okay, so I'm back sooner than I thought I was going to be. I noticed last night, Saturday evening, that the temps had gone up to 130 from the 84 earlier in the day. So I figured this morning it was going to be pretty much up there where I wanted it to be in the hot zone. And it's right, this is Sunday. It's probably about 11 o'clock. It's about 152. Okay, so my working theory on how I'm going to deal with this hot compost pile is keep it below 160 and above 130 for 15 days. If it starts to get too hot above 160, break it down, throw some browns in it, and put it back up. If it goes below 130 in the 15 days, just turn the pile a little bit and wet it down. Get it back over 130 just for 15 days. After that, I can let it set. Hopefully, I won't have to do anything at all, and this will just stay between 130 and 160. I know it's wishful thinking on my part. Anyway, it just seems a better way than the last time I did it. The highest temperature I had was 128, and it broke down fine, but I was turning it every 3 or 4 days. It was a lot of work, and the turning made no impact, it seemed, on the pile at all. In fact, it kept dropping. So I'm going to go with this different kind of theory here, that if you keep it between those two temperatures for 15 days, then you could just let it set. It's going to set all winter anyway. So that's what I'm thinking, that's what I'm going with. I just added a bunch more leaves and grass to the top. Figure since it was cooking, I might as well cook it all. Walk back here and get a good idea where it is right now. It's a pretty good sized pile. This is probably the biggest one I've had. It should be, I wanted to kind of have a record of what it looks like because it'll break down pretty doggone fast here. Okay, thanks for joining me in my garden today. I probably won't do another video on it, but I might do an update later if something really dramatic happens. Thanks for joining me in my garden today, and y'all have a good day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.